And Burrell, one of the Food Network's most recognizable and outspoken celebrity chefs, was found dead on the morning of June 17th in her Brooklyn apartment under circumstances that are now being actively investigated by the New York Police Department. She was 55 years old, known for her commanding presence on shows like Iron Chef America, Secrets of a Restaurant Chef, and Worst Cooks in America. Burrell had become a staple on American television for more than a decade. Her sudden death has sent shockwaves through the culinary world. According to initial reports, emergency responders were called to her home in the early hours after a 911 call placed by her husband, Stuart Claxton. She was found unresponsive in her shower. The scene immediately raised red flags. Law enforcement officials say that they discovered close to 100 pills scattered around the area. Though there were no signs of forced entry or physical trauma, the quantity and location of the pills have triggered an open investigation into a possible overdose, intentional or accidental. Let's break down what we know. According to sources close to the family, Anne Burrell had spent the previous evening attending a local improv comedy show at Second City, Brooklyn, just a few miles from her residence. She was described as being upbeat, joking on stage, and in apparent good health. Multiple witnesses stated she laughed, interacted with fans, and even mentioned how happy she was to have recently stepped back from the pressure of constant TV appearances. After the show, she returned home with her husband. There were no reported issues, no emergency calls, no warnings, but just hours later at approximately 7:50 a.m. the following morning, Claxton called 911. The official call log records the situation as female, unresponsive, possibly not breathing. By the time paramedics arrived, Burrell was already dead. The medical team made their official pronouncement at the scene. The body was taken for a full autopsy by the New York City Office of Chief Medical Examiner. Preliminary toxicology reports are pending, but sources inside the NYPD confirmed that there was enough evidence on site to justify a deeper investigation. Detectives from the 78th Precinct have officially confirmed that an investigation is ongoing. While no foul play is currently suspected, they have not ruled out the possibility of an overdose. Officers were seen entering the Burrell residence shortly after her death with evidence collection bags and forensic gear. Among the items taken were prescription medication bottles, Burrell's personal phone, and surveillance footage from the building's entrance. Sources with knowledge of the investigation have stated that police are looking into her medical history, specifically recent prescriptions. There is also talk of an unnamed individual who may have visited the apartment within 24 hours before her death, though that lead remains unconfirmed. Police have already questioned her husband, neighbors, and several close colleagues to piece together her final 48 hours. As news of Burrell's death spread, tributes began pouring in. Celebrity chefs, restaurant owners, and Food Network personalities took to social media to express their shock. Bobby Flay wrote, "I'm devastated. Anne brought fire to every kitchen she touched. This is a massive loss." Tyler Florence described her as the voice of authenticity in a world of copycats. Even personalities outside the food world weighed in, with Chrissy Teigen calling her a cultural staple and an unapologetic icon. But amid the mourning, there's a rising tension. The public is demanding answers. Why did someone who appeared so healthy and stable die so suddenly? Was this an accident? Was something missed? Fans have been digging through her recent social media posts, trying to make sense of her mood in the days leading up to June 17th. Her last Instagram post was a cheerful video from her home kitchen just 2 days prior. Much of the speculation has centered on the pills found near her body. While the exact substances have not been publicly disclosed, law enforcement sources say that the number and type suggest a mix of anti-anxiety medications and sleeping aids, some prescribed, others not yet identified. The question now is whether this was a miscalculated mix, a moment of emotional distress, or something else entirely. Online forums have been buzzing with theories, with some pointing to past interviews where Burrell discussed her struggles with burnout and the pressure of fame. However, there is no official record of any substance abuse issues, and friends close to the chef say she had been in a good place. The toxicology report is expected to be completed within the next 2 weeks. Until then, the investigation remains open, and police are not commenting on any specific findings. In the last year, Anne had been scaling back on her TV appearances, focusing focusing more on her private life, she married Stuart Claxton in 2021 in a small but highly publicized ceremony in New York. She told People magazine in March that she was finally learning to slow down. She spent much of early 2025 giving culinary workshops and speaking at small food events across the country. She had also started developing a new cookbook, rumored to be focused on comfort food recipes from her childhood. According to a friend, she had been talking about life after TV and hinted at an upcoming retirement announcement. These details have only added to the confusion. Nothing in her recent public behavior suggested that something was wrong. In fact, the day before her death, she sent a group text to friends with a meme and the words, "Feeling better than ever." That text was reportedly sent at 10:42 p.m., just 9 hours before she was found dead. Anne's family has issued a formal statement requesting privacy as they navigate what they described as a devastating and deeply confusing tragedy. Her husband, Stuart, has declined all interview requests but is said to be cooperating fully with investigators. Lawyers representing the Burrell estate have already filed motions to keep certain details sealed from public record. Meanwhile, fans and media outlets are speculating whether lawsuits could arise, especially if any prescription drug manufacturers or outside individuals are found to be involved. A wrongful death lawsuit is not currently expected but remains a possibility depending on the outcome of the toxicology results. Legal analysts believe that the investigation could take weeks, possibly months, before any official conclusion is reached. For now, the case remains active. Anne Burrell's body has been released to her family for private memorial services. Food Network has announced that it will air a tribute marathon of her best-known episodes this weekend. Fans are still reeling, and the culinary world is grappling with the sudden loss of a figure who was not just entertaining but influential. As new evidence continues to emerge, we'll be following every development. What really happened in Anne Burrell's final hours? Was this preventable, and who, if anyone, may be held accountable? Just 24 hours after her death was reported, new surveillance footage surfaced from a neighboring apartment's hallway camera. In that grainy video, a figure believed to be Anne Burrell can be seen returning home alone at approximately 11:08 p.m. on the night before her death. What's raising eyebrows is that she appears unsteady, holding the railing tightly and pausing several times as she makes her way to her door. This footage directly contradicts earlier statements suggesting she seemed fine that night. The NYPD has not confirmed the identity of the person in the video, but has retrieved the full time-stamped clip for deeper analysis. Investigators are also reportedly seeking phone records and any possible text messages from her final hours that might explain what state of mind she was in. Adding more fuel to the investigation, a new witness has come forward, a local pharmacist who claims Anne recently filled a prescription under a different name. This tip has not been verified publicly, but internal sources say the police are pursuing the lead aggressively. The question now shifts from what happened to why was it hidden? Was she hiding an addiction? Was she embarrassed? Or was there someone else in the picture, someone influencing her actions behind the scenes? As this case unfolds, it's clear this is no longer just a tragic passing. It's a deepening mystery that could explode into something far bigger than anyone expected.